Hello once again, my people. It is Ivy, and welcome back to Repeat. So last episode, it's been a minute for me, just because I opened up all my loot boxes for Overwatch. Let's see here. So Sissel moved into here with his boss. He's also great. The boss is great. And then we also danced in the moonlight. We were dancing in the moonlight. It was cute. It was adorable. We made Sissel flustered, and we might be going on a date, bitch. So let's get to it. We spent the next half hour exploring the small, cramped rooms of Herschel's living space while the rain continued pouring outside. The place was like a maze. The hallways were incredibly narrow, with doorways hanging so low that we had to duck to avoid smacking our heads. Me, with this thing that my mom bought for our kitchen, it's like so low. Like, my mom can be like, walk under it, it's like, oh look, it's so nice, doo-doo-doo. But me, my brother, and my sister, every single time we don't even acknowledge it, it smacks on our foreheads, and it sucks. Secret closets and side rooms seemed to pop out of nowhere at every corner. There was also a small bathroom with a shower that looked as though Herschel built it and installed it himself. Sissel smiled at the mismatched tiles and crooked faucet. You know, despite being pretty much a refurbished attic, this place is surprisingly cozy. Especially when Boss is the one who built it. You think you'll enjoy living here? You know what? Yeah, I think I will. But I'd rather be the one helping Boss than the other way around. The man's been too good to me. I need to find a way to pay him back somehow. I curiously peeked into a nearby closet. Oh god! Oof! An avalanche of dusty junk immediately clattered onto the hallway floor. Sissel and I winced at the assortment of garbage at our feet. It looked as though Herschel just haphazardly threw everything into the closet and closed it before stuff tumbled out. Me. Maybe you can start by helping the guy clean this place up. This stuff looks ancient. I wrinkled my nose and poked at the junk in morbid fascination. There were chunks of what looked like decade-old bread that immediately crumbled into dust. Me, my pussy. Among the mess were some rusty trinkets, souvenirs, photos, and a small mountain of different hats. I'm starting to think Boss has a hoarding problem. Man, that's a lot of hats. I'm starting to think Ginny was right about Herschel and his alleged bald spot. What's that? Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a glint of gold underneath the very bottom of the closet. Sissel frowned and glanced at me. There was a hint of recognition in his eyes. He tiptoed over the mound of dusty junk and carefully dug out the garbage to reveal a large golden cup. It's a trophy from the culinary arts competition. It looked almost identical to the one Mrs. Corliss showed off to us in her office. Sissel gaped wide-eyed at the aged trophy, gently sliding a hand down the scratched surface of the metal. His fingers brushed against the wooden base of the trophy, which is handsomely inscribed in the name Herschel McDermott. This is Boss's trophy. Boss won the national grand prize? He never mentioned this before. Sissel clutched the trophy with shaking hands. His face contorts with a mix of jealousy and pride. Oh god, Sissel, no, please don't. Who would have thought the old goof was actually that good? I can't believe I was tutored by a national champion. Why didn't he mention this to me before? As if right now, Q, the sound of the... I think that should be as if right on cue. The sound of the front door, the creaking open, echoed throughout the cafe. Or through the cafe. Herschel's excited footsteps clambered up the stairs in a moment before his grinning face poked into the narrow hallway. Yo, sissy! Are you settling alright? Hope my dingy place didn't put you off or anything. Herschel blinked at the two of us sitting on the floor among a pile of garbage and barked a laugh. Guess you kids found me out. I suck at cleaning. Me. That's a bit of an understatement. You just threw all of your garbage into a closet and closed the door. I was in a rush! Plus, that's my garbage closet for all my garbage stuff. What? But why was this in there? Sissel held the trophy close to his chest as though to protect it like a small child. Boss, this is your national championship trophy. Why would you stuff it in with all of your other junk? Herschel saw what Sissel was holding and the playful smile immediately vanished on his face. Oh, that. It's just a dusty old cup. Nothing worth keeping if I'm being honest. Sissel gaped at him in horror. You're a national championship winner. It's something street trash like me only dreamed of achieving someday. And you have one right here in your garbage closet. At least treat the darn cup with some respect. Herschel slowly reached down and took the trophy. He dusted it off and frowned at his name for several moments. Feels like a century since I won this ugly old thing. Uh-oh. I don't like it. But why? Why'd you never mention this to me before? Well, sometimes you gotta think to yourself, if I achieve this one thing in my life, everything will get better. All my problems will be solved and I'll be happy forever. He let out a heavy sigh and looked up at Sissel's eager face. I did it. I won. The National Culinary Arts Competition had my name plastered on a graduate winner's plaque somewhere. I took the prize money and opened up my own little cafe. I had everything dreamed of. His grip on the trophy tightened. Oh god, I wasn't very happy though. It's kind of stupid to think the rusty old cup would solve all of his problems in your life. Herschel didn't meet our eyes as he tucked the trophy under his arm and made his way downstairs. I'm throwing this out. It's not healthy to dwell on stuff like this. Wait, what? But it's just an old cup. I need to start actually cleaning this place up if I'm gonna have a guest living with me after all. Sissel just gaped, jaw wide open in disbelief as Herschel ignored us and made his way downstairs. He glanced up at us with a forced smile. Oh god. By the way, V, don't you have school today? You should get going before Mrs. Corliss tears you a new one. Mia! The umbrella's behind the counter and the rainstorm doesn't stop. With that, Herschel left Sissel and I alone in the cafe's narrow hallway. The two of us stared at each other nervously. There was something off here. There's definitely something off, bitch. The cafe continues to shudder against the pouring rain outside as I ready myself to leave. I grimace at the stormy weather. I'm gonna need to grab an umbrella before I head out. Wait, Veed! Sissel suddenly scrambled downstairs to grab my shoulder with a huff. There's something I need to do before you go. He glanced around his shoulder nervously. Herschel could be heard humming cheerfully as he busied himself in the kitchen. Sissel turned back to me and spoke in a low whisper. I want to go grab that trophy back before Boss notices. There's no way I'm going to let him throw out something that important. Do you think you can hold on to it when you get back to Gerania? It's safer than hiding it at the cafe. Don't you think Herschel will be upset at this? Sissel laughed with a small, guilty smile. Boss doesn't need to find out. Well, alright, but we should be careful. He nodded and reached over the cafe counter to snatch an umbrella. I saw Boss stuff the trophy in a trash bag and toss it into the garbage dump out back. Let's hurry up and grab it before he notices we're gone. I never expect to be dumpster diving so early in the morning. Me. Except probably, Sissel's probably like, I do it every day, you fucking clod. This your first time? It's not that bad, to be honest. Well, you'd be surprised by all this good stuff people always throw out. My throat clamped and uncomfortably at the thought of Sissel probably needed to dumpster dive when he was on the streets. It must have been hard to keep yourself well fed. Hello? Feed? Are we done? Are we doing this or not? I shook my head and cleared my thoughts. Right, let's go. Oh man, Sissel is determined to keep this trophy. Sissel and I huddled out under our tiny umbrella as we felt like a waterfall rattle onto us. We slowly made our way towards the back of the cafe where the dumpsters were. I wrinkled my nose at the smell of wet trash and glanced at Sissel worriedly. You sure you want to dig through that for one little trophy? Sissel let out a frustrated murmur. The scowl on his face remained as he threw open the top of the dumpster and poked his head inside. Veej, you don't understand. This trophy represents everything I've worked to achieve. It just doesn't sit right to let it rot with a bunch of garbage. Honestly, Boss can be stupid sometimes. But he probably has his own reasons for trying to throw it out. Like, he probably has his reasons. Sissel climbed into the dumpster with a grunt. Garbage bags rustled as he rummaged and stopped about inside. After a moment, Sissel let out a little, aha! Found it! Here, V, catch! What? Ooh! It probably gave us a concussion, bitch. I suddenly found myself with a face full of garbage bag. Stumbling backwards, I spluttered indignantly as Sissel climbed out of the dumpster with a mischievous grin. You could have just handed that to me like a normal person. I did say catch before throwing it, though. I'm holding an umbrella. The two of us were already soaked at this point. Our damp clothes clung heavily on us as we curiously crouched over the trash bag Sizzle recovered. Sizzle was already busying himself with untying the bag and rummaging through its contents. I held the umbrella above him and shielded us from the pouring rain. Wow, my reading is so good today. That's a lot of old stuff Herschel's throwing away. There was handfuls of old photos, trinkets, and old clothes. Sizzle tossed them all back into the dumpster with disinterest until he caught sight of the glimmer of gold. Found it! Thank God! It sucks seeing it swim with all that old other trash. Sizzle beamed and held the trophy out to be cleansed in the rain. I hope this was worth it. It totally is! I might never get to win this competition, but at least I'll get a small taste of it here. There was a bitter edge to his tone. The storm punctuated the silence with a roaring clap of thunder. Bits of wet trash clung to Sizzle's arms and legs, along with the sickly, sweet smell of rot. I could see him shivering a little against the weather. All this digging for a rusty gold cup. I hate to admit it, but I was starting to agree with Herschel's decision on throwing it out. With a sigh, I gently nudged Sissel on the shoulder. Come on, we better get going. This rain's getting worse. Sissel slowly rose to his feet, his eyes still glued to the trophy. A painful— Oh, God! Get the fuck away from me, you fucking remnant! A painful chill suddenly shot down my spine. I shot up and frantically glanced everywhere along the alleyway. It was impossible to see much through the downpour of the rain. It was like a thick, heavy fog. I could barely see my own outstretched hand. A rust of panic gripped my chest as I grabbed Sissel by the shoulder and shook him vigorously. Sissel, we should go. Now. Sissel blinked tiredly as though waking up from a daze. Oh, right. Let's go. I don't want to deal with this fucking remnant. Like, what the fuck? Our next 15 minutes was spent struggling against the harsh, blinding rain, the wind slamming against the two of us like a brick wall. We walked straight down to the alley for what felt like forever. We should have made it back to the cafe by now. At some point, the wind ripped the umbrella out of my hands by the wind. The rain was blinding as Sissel and I squinted through the battering haze. Wait, we walked past this spot already. What the hell is going on? To our left stood the dumpster we were digging through minutes ago. I gritted my teeth and stared out to the foggy rain. Where is it? I know it's following us. I swear we were walking in a straight line. Sissel wandered over to a nearby dumpster as if to check that he was not hallucinating. We did walk past this spot already. This is the same dumpster I dug through just now. Something caught his eye. Sissel furiously rummaged through the trash bags scattered across the alleyway. I'm not liking this. No, just let my boy be happy. Like, what the fuck? This is... What the fuck? Wait a minute. Sissel pulled out an old soaked photo from the Wait a minute! Wait, that's Sissel as a baby! What the fuck? I peered over his shoulder and frowned at the faded image. That's Boss when he was younger, I think. But that kid... No, there's no way, is there? There was definitely a resemblance. The baby he was holding looked remarkably like Sissel. But what could this mean? Do you think the Boss knew my parents before they threw me out? Or do you think he's... Oh no! This bitch fucking planned it! The world around us suddenly flickered and slowed. I jumped onto my feet and looked around wildly. Raindrops hung in midair as though frozen in time. I don't like this! In fact, time seemed to have slowed to a halt completely. Sissel? Sissel, can we hear me? We have to go! I grabbed Sissel's arm and tugged, but he stayed stuck in place like a statue. What the hell is going on? Shut the fuck up. I'm so done with you. Please, just go the fuck away. Let me live my life in peace. A dark, familiar figure slowly teetered out of the fog. Its maniacal grin gleaming through the dark alleyway. I'm so done. Fuck you. Oh, so close. So close. I frowned. The Remnant was speaking clearly now. The garbled mess of a voice that once spoken was gone, replaced by a deep sing-a-song drawl. What the hell do you want? Why are you following us? Oh my god. Me? I'm simply trying to help. Simply trying to help your poor, poor kids. The worthless dandelion feels so unloved, doesn't he? Not even his parents want him. Oh, this is what was... Oh my god. With that fucking flower from earlier. Fucking, Idolwise. How I was talking about all these flowers. Oh my god, I felt like there was something. Fucking, he is the dandelion. Oh my god. Fuck you. I'm just showing him otherwise. I'm just showing him what he wants. I scowled and stepped in front of Sissel protectively. Why did the Remnant have to show up now of all times? I have to keep Sissel away from him. Why are you glaring at me like that? Why are you glaring at me like that? Why are you glaring at me like that? Why are you glaring at me like... Why are you glaring... I'm simply trying to help. I glanced down at Sissel, who was still frozen in place like the world around us. He was staring at the photo, his eyes wide with shock and perhaps a glimmer of hope. There was an unspoken thought across his face, a hopeful what if. My teeth grinded together in frustration. We don't need your help. Let us go and leave us alone. Stop it with your fucking eye, bitch. The Remnant laughed again, its armless form dancing around an empty alleyway like an animated corpse. It glided closer and closer to us, terrifying face leaning towards my own. Worthless, worthless, worthless! He's so desperate for proof that he's worth something. That he is worth caring about. If you leave him alone, he'll burn himself out of desperation. For a split second, the Remnant's maniacal smile twisted south into a small, wistful frown. This will end terribly again. You will have to repeat this terrible, terrible life again. Is this game breaking the fourth wall? What the fuck? Wait a minute. 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 Shirokoi, you cannot throw something at me like this. What the fuck? Suddenly, his face split back into a horrifying grin. Won't you let me end it for good? Oh my god, its mouth gaped open inches from my face. My body won't move. There was nothing I could do as the Remnant's jaw split wide open and I was prepared to close against my skull. What the fuck? I think not. The earthy smell of the forest filled my nose through the acid rain. Something was behind me. A shadow loomed over us. Tendrils of hair billowed through the alleyway like the graceful mane of some unknown creature. The tendrils draped over my shoulder in an almost protective manner. Oh, it's the old lady! It's the old lady witch! Oh my god, yes! This boy is a friend of his. Thus, he is under my protection. You will leave them be. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, bitch! Get through here! Yes! Go fuck yourself, Remnant. The Remnant stumbled backwards and shrieked as though it had been set on fire. The heavy curtain of fog that clouded the alleyway was suddenly cut through a maverick wind. Raindrops that had hung in the air, frozen in time, began falling normally again. So this Remnant can fucking control time? I'm not here for it. The Remnant staggers farther into the alleyway, hissing angrily. He will burn! Just wait and see. No, this is our boy! What the fuck? With that, the walking corpse disappeared into the rain without a trace. I blinked and let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. It's gone. I turned my head towards the massive lady looming over us and gulped. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for your help. I thought I was a goner. The figure tilted her head slowly, inspecting me with unseen eyes. You helped him. The woman gestured towards Sissel, who was still staring transfixed on the photo he dug up. It looks like he didn't even notice the entire commotion. You helped him, and in return I will help you. You seem pretty protective of Sissel. Are you his wish? The woman shook her head. Her mane of seaweed-like hair wove gently in the wind. My wisher is long gone. Yet, I am still here. So long as there is strength in these bones, I will look after this boy. It is the duty that was left to me. Oh my god, wait a minute, wait a fucking minute, wait. If this duty was left to her, is this the possible wish of one of Sissel's parents? Wait a minute. I love this. I see. The woman chuckled. There was something surprisingly warm in her soft voice. The rain was slowly clearing as if on cue her form began to fade as well. She stared at Sissel fondly as she began to drift away. You seek to protect him as well, do you not? Yes, I do! I am glad. Take care of him for me, would you? Well, wait, don't you have a name? What should I call you? Oh. Call me Bradley. Whoa. Oh my god, wait, this is that. Oh, this is that fucking. Oh, okay. I see you. With that, she disappeared with the passing rain. My knees felt weak all of a sudden. I fell down next to an oblivious Sissel with an exhausted sigh. Speaking of Sissel, he finally lifted his head from that damn photograph and noticed my tired, well, everything. What the hell happened to you? You have no idea. Can we get out of here now? I feel like a drowned rat. Sissel opened his mouth and then closed it. He stared around us wildly as if just noticing how long we spent drenched in the rainwater in this filthy alleyway. His face flushed with a bit of shame as he stuffed the photograph into his pocket and helped me pull me back onto my feet. Sorry, Veed. Shouldn't have dragged you out here in this awful weather in the first place. All for this little gold cup. I shivered and leaned against him. Sissel felt very warm. You must be freezing by now. We better get you back inside and grab you a change of clothes. I laughed with a hint of dread as we stumbled on our way to the narrow alleyway. No, can't do, sis. Classes are going to start soon. I need to run back to Charania right now or Miss Corliss is going to rip me a new asshole for being late and breaking curfew. Oh, are you sure you're okay? I'll be fine. Oh wait, the bigger question is, are you okay? What are you going to do about that photo you found? Sissel grimaced and stared down at his feet. I'm not sure. I really want to know if Boss is related to me in some way, but he's trying real hard to hide it. He's done a lot to help me. I don't really want to pry too much. Sissel groaned and shook his head furiously. I'll figure everything out later. Anyway, let's get you inside and dry it off before you head back to Gerania. You look like shit right now. Yeah, I feel like shit. There's a fucking shadowy fucking thing, like, chasing us, wanting to kill you and me. So, yeah, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having shit right now. I look like shit. I yelped as Sissel slung my arm over his shoulder and supported me with a warm hand around my waist. It felt awkward, but much appreciated. My feet still felt like jelly from my little encounter earlier. Sissel glanced down at me with a look of concern. You sure you're okay? I can walk you back to campus if you want. Nah, there'll be trouble if you get spotted near Gerania again. I'll be fine on my own. I stared up at Sissel as we made our way out of the alleyway. Between all the concern, he occasionally betrayed a glance down towards his pocket with the photograph of Herschel. The way Sissel fell out of focus and lost in thought left an unsettling feeling in my stomach. I don't like where this is going. Me neither, bitch. Like, damn. I don't like where this is going either. Like, this whole entire thing is called drama. Like, in a fucking... This is going to be worse than the fucking drama that's going on in the beauty community. The walk back to campus was all a blur to me. I had stumbled to my dorm in an exhausted haze. A quick shower and a change of clothes made me feel a little better. I was probably missing class, but to hell with it at this point. That whole encounter left me feeling like a wet rag tossed into a washing machine. My legs ached as I stumbled back into my dorm. With a sigh, I set the golden trophy Sissel had given to me for safekeeping on my desk. I ran my hands across my dirty rim. It was a bit tempting to just throw it out. I shook my head slowly before peeking at my phone for the time. I might just skip the rest of my classes for today. I'm way too pooped to do anything productive. But I'm too worried about Sissel just to jump back into bed either. I let out a frustrated groan and dug stressful hands through my hair. Oh, looks like it's gonna be one of those days. My phone suddenly vibrated to life, snapping me out of my thoughts. Hello? Veet speaking. Hey, Ghostbuster, I see you're still alive and kicking. Ginny's fatigued voice. Oh, hold on. Hey, Ghostbuster, I see you're still alive and kicking. There we go. Ginny's fatigued voice suddenly broke into a lengthy yawn. Sorry. Last night really took a lot out of me. I usually, don't go outside much. Don't worry about it. I'm feeling pretty exhausted myself. Did you make it back home all right? Ginny scoffed and blew a raspberry into the speaker indignantly. Sure. Safe and sound and under house arrest again. It's great. Philip and Owen wouldn't stop pestering me and Gran almost had an aneurysm. What about you guys? Is Sissel settling in with Herschel now, or is he being a big baby about it? I bit my lips and glanced behind my back nervously. I quickly shut the door behind me and whispered into my phone. Ginny, you're really close with Sissel, right? Ginny paused in surprise. Well, yeah, Sissel's like family to me. We've known each other for ages. Is something wrong? Do you know anything about Sissel's family at all? As in his real family? Sissel's an orphan, remember? He got picked up off of the garbage dump and grew up in the West Orphanage. We don't know anything about who his family is or where he came from. When Sis and I were younger, we did try and see if anybody recognized Sissel or if he was, related to anybody nearby. No luck? Ginny sighed bitterly. Sissel was abandoned by his parents like trash, Veed. I don't expect those kind of people to speak up if their kid came looking for them. It's infuriating to think about. Sissel's actually really broken up about his whole parenting situation. He's always wanted to know where he came from and what kind of people his parents are. What child wouldn't in his circumstance? Did you notice during Visitor's Day, the way he kept looking at the other kids meeting up with their family? There was a heavy silence as Ginny audibly gritted her teeth over the phone. Sissel's a good kid. If I ever find these parents of his, they're both getting a punch in the face. She sighed tiredly before clearing her throat. Anyway, why do you ask? Did something come up? I gulped and held the phone closer to my face. Well, when Sissel and I arrived at Herschel's place today... Oh, and then we're gonna spill the whole beans, bitch. We're spilling the whole entire thing today. Sissel mumbled under his breath as he emerged from behind the counter. The busy hours of the day had begun, and customers were slowly taking into Café Takua. Sissel absent-mindedly wiped down the tables and self-consciously tugged his ragged tank top. He had forgotten his cafe uniform back in his dorm in Gerania. He should probably call Veed to grab it for him later. See, this is what I respect! I like that they are focusing on the main character as well as Sissel. Thank you, Shirokoi. Hopefully the customers won't mind. Most of them are regulars and are pretty friendly with him anyways. Behind him, the kitchen was bustling with activity as Herschel cooked up orders for the morning customers. A heavy weight pressed against his chest as Sissel gently rummaged his pocket with the photograph he found this morning. Herschel's acting as cheerful and carefree as ever, but he was hiding something. Sissel was sure of it. Now he couldn't help but feel a bitter gnawing at his chest every time he saw the boss. What are the chances that we're actually related? And why hide it? Oh no, Sissel! Sissel! Did boss really toss me out as a baby? Sissel! No! No! Young man? Oh, what? An elderly couple waves from him through a seat in a cafe, chuckling to each other. I was hoping for a refill for my coffee. If you're not too busy in your thoughts. Oh, sorry. I'll get you one right away. Sissel dusted himself sheepishly before grabbing a steamed pot from the coffee machine. Better stay focused. He's still on the job after all. Here's your coffee, ma'am, and some cream to go along with it. Oh, thank you. Oh, aren't you that little fellow who always followed Herschel around back in the day? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I mean, Herschel's my boss. I've been working for him for years now. The old lady tugged on her husband's sleeve excitedly. See, dear, what did I tell you? It is the little boy that Herschel took in a couple of years ago.
Look at how quickly he's grown up. Time really flies when you're not paying attention.
I don't know about that. He still looks like a little kid to me.
The old lady swatted her husband, and the two of them laughed jovially. Jovially. Ah, man, I love it. Oh, no, they're so good. He's so good. Sissel blinked and scratched his head awkwardly. Sorry, but do I know you?
Oh, not personally, but my husband and I have been regulars for Herschel's Cafe for years now, ever since the cafe opened. Herschel is a good man and has been treating us very well.
Oh, hon, he's probably only being nice because we tip so well.
The old man dodged another swat from his wife with a toothy grin.
Don't listen to him. I married an idiot. Anyway, we were just talking about how little we've seen you lately. Where have you been, young man?
Oh, I've been busy with schoolwork and job hunting and whatnot. My hours are usually later in the afternoon. The old lady gave Sissel a friendly smile before sipping her coffee.
Whatever the case, it's good to see you spend more time with Herschel. You've been a good influence on him these past few years. He looks very happy.
What do you mean by that? The old man snickered and gestured towards the kitchen where Herschel's clanking away at the stove.
You should have seen him when the cafe first opened. The man looked absolutely miserable. Heaven knows why. He just opened a good business and life seemed pretty good.
Damn, that voice hurts.
Meanwhile, the man came back to work every day like a dead man walking. He'd always take the weekends off to wander around the city as though he was looking for something.
Boss was miserable? Did he ever say why?
Herschel never seemed to talk about it, so we don't bring it up.
The old lady frowned and tapped her chip with a teaspoon.
Although, he did mention something about a family member passing away back then.
That says back them, bitch.
It must have hit him hard.
The old lady's face suddenly brightened before patting Sissel on the arm.
It's a good thing you came along, though. Ever since Herschel took you under his wing, he looks happier than he's ever been in his life. I think he's very proud of you to have you around and watch you grow up, young man. You've been a good influence in Herschel's life. I'm glad to see you around again.
I'm glad to see— Bitch! Shirokoi! I'm glad to see you around again. Bitch! Sissel felt his cheeks flush. He awkwardly scratches his head and glances toward the kitchen doors. I guess. I never thought the old bag was such a sap.
Alright, enough chit-chat with wanting the job. And omelet's ready yet, kiddo?
Oh, right, sorry about that. I'll go grab them right away.
Get your head out of the clouds, kid. The worst taught you better than that.
He didn't raise me. Well, I mean, technically. Huh. I guess he sort of did. Anyway, grabbing omelets. I'll talk to you folks later.
See you around.
Oh man, and with that, I think I am going to stop the episode there. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Veed. I hope you had a wonderful time watching this. I hope you had a wonderful time watching me find out Sissel, if Sissel is Herschel's actual son, a remnant deciding just to be a little bitch, because why the fuck not, because fuck. And just, yeah, a lot of that. Make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons down below. You know, help a fellow YouTuber out. Make sure to hit that notification bell so in that way you don't miss up on any of my uploads. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.